What if I told you that the richest and most influential people are not those who speak loudly, but those who keep quiet and build? Not geniuses on magazine covers, not messiahs with visionary speeches, but those who just do their job every day. You won't recognize them by their loud quotes, but their signatures are under millions of contracts. They are the fours. And if you're a top four in numerology, you have a superpower you didn't even know you had. In this video, you will find out exactly why the fours are the hidden millionaires of our time. Why do they create the most reliable systems, the most profitable companies, and the strongest alliances? They rarely make headlines, but they always make the Forbes list. And the most interesting thing is that they almost never talk about it themselves. Boring? Maybe. But behind this boredom lies an explosive mix of perseverance, logic, and strategic thinking. This video is not just a number analysis. It's an invitation to see the power in yourself that can turn your life around, if you're willing to accept it. Watch this video to the end and you will understand. Perhaps you are one of those who does not catch the eye, but one day will surprise everyone. We'll start with a simple number, but let's end with a very big discovery. The number 4 is a symbol of stability, work, and reliability. This is not a flash of genius, not the charisma of a leader, not the mania of a loner. This is the foundation on which the building rests, and oddly enough, it is these people who most often become millionaires. Silently, no noise, no hype. You can't see them, but they're everywhere. We are used to admiring bright people, those who shout about themselves to the whole world, but behind the scenes of show business, politics, and startups are those who build it all. People are fours. Their path is the path of daily work, plans, and discipline, and it is this boring stability that often leads to huge results. What do Warren Buffett, Henry Ford, and Ingvar Kamprad, the founder of IKEA, have in common? All of them built their fortunes not on spectacular presentations, but on routine. Their method is to repeat, improve, and systematize. This is the power of the number 4. In numerology, the 4 is a symbol of order, structure, and responsibility. This is a man who prefers to build brick by brick. And although he rarely makes headlines, his results are impressive. It doesn't burn fast. It burns for a long time. Some people are often underestimated in their youth. They are not invited to the stage. They do not become the kings of the parties. But while others are spending time searching for themselves, the 4 are already creating systems. They don't wait for inspiration. They create a schedule. Their strength lies in consistency. They know how to finish what they started. They know the value of discipline. And in a world where most people quit halfway through, it becomes a superpower. If you look at the stories of many millionaires, you'll notice a pattern. They weren't the most brilliant, but they were the most persistent. They knew how to save, reinvest, save, and plan. This is the way of the 4s. The number 4 is the energy of the earth. These are reliability, materiality, and durability. Such people are not afraid of routine. They even find pleasure in it. But it is through routine that wealth is built. Maria, an accountant from a small town, has never won the lottery. But by the age of 45, she has 3 apartments, a stable income, and financial freedom. How? She was just a foursome, modest but wise. The secret of the 4s lies in their ability to see a goal for decades to come. They don't waste their energy on chaos. They're putting things in order, and order always bears fruit. The foursome doesn't chase the huskies. She doesn't work for recognition. It just works. And that's her philosophy. This is her wealth. But not everything is so smooth. There is a downside to this power. Often, the fours become hostages of routine. They can forget to dream, stop taking risks, and lose their flexibility. Their stability can turn into stagnation. Therefore, the main task of the fours is to learn how to step out of their comfort zone from time to time, to build not only something solid, but also something alive. Give yourself the right to inspiration, and yet, despite this, it is these people who most often achieve success in business, investment, and management. Because the system defeats momentum. Consistency is more important than flash. How do you know if you're a four? Think about it. Do you like order? Do you prefer a stable job to freelancing? Is it more pleasant for you to see the result of your work than just to dream? Then most likely you are one of those quiet but powerful foursome. They don't seek fame, but they become examples. They don't make noise, but they build. They don't strive for the top quickly. They go to it confidently. Their success is like a solid bridge, not sparkling, but reliable. And hundreds walk through it, not even knowing who built it. If you are a foursome, know that your strength lies in patience, in dedication to the cause, that you don't quit. You're not a firework, you're a lighthouse. The story of Henry Ford is a prime example. He was not from a rich family. He just believed that it was possible to create a system that would give people cars. He built a production facility, introduced a conveyor belt, and changed the world. He wasn't chasing after the effect. He was thinking about the result. He wasn't a showman. He was the engineer of his dreams. That's what it means to be a foursome. The business world today is full of hype, but there are always fours behind it. Finance directors, logisticians, lawyers, and operations managers. Without them, companies would have collapsed. And even if they're not on the cover of Forbes, they're the ones who receive steady dividends. They are the ones who save, invest, and develop. Elon Musk can be a unit, a bright leader, but without thousands of fours, his rockets would not have taken off. Without engineers, accountants, and craftsmen, everything would have remained a dream. Fours are not just millionaires. They are also guardians of stability in families. Those who create a home, order, and comfort. Those who are reliable. Sometimes the world forgets about such people, but they're the ones who keep him. They are the ones who keep it from collapsing. And this is the great power of the fours. Invisible but solid. Reliable but undervalued. But it's time to change that. It's time to remind yourself and others. Being a foursome is the path to wealth. Not loud, but real. You don't have to be the most creative. It is enough to be the most stable. That's already half the success. Every step you take, every effort you save, every system you build is a brick in the wall of your future. And if you don't turn off, if you keep going, you'll definitely reach your goal. Because fours always reach the end. Look at the many owners of small businesses, cafes, workshops, construction firms. These are not startups with lavish presentations, but people who have been building their business step by step for years. Real fours. They don't have fashionable slogans, but there is a reputation, and it is she who brings them customers over and over again. Reputation is the currency of fours. They know how to wait. patiently grow your business, not abandoning it at the first difficulty, because they know that every crisis passes, but the system remains. Fours don't jump from idea to idea. They've taken one and they're digging deep. And this gives them a competitive advantage. In a world of superficiality, they become masters. Peter Lynch, the legendary investor, said, "An investor's greatest advantage is not intelligence, but patience." And this is the essence of the fours. If you work, develop, plan, and save, you're already on your way to financial stability, even if it seems like you're still in the shadows. But the shadow is also a part of the light. It's just that the fours have their own pace. They are not late. They arrive on time, and they stay for a long time. Many people believe that the path to wealth is a breakthrough, an explosion, an idea, a success overnight. But most of the time, it's a myth. The real way is in repetition, in work, in constancy, in the top four. In numerology, the four is also a symbol of the earth. The earth doesn't scream, but everything grows on it. It yields crops only to those who sow and wait. Many of us are hidden fours. We don't consider ourselves special, but we continue to do our job every day. And one day we wake up with understanding. I've created something solid. If you're a four, you don't have to be the fastest. Your task is to be steady. The wind will die down, but you will remain standing. Fours are being built. Their contribution is in bridges, buildings, and systems, in traditions, in rules, and reliability. Their contribution is eternal. They often suffer from perfectionism, from the desire to control everything. This is their disadvantage, but also their strength. After all, in a world where there is so much chaos, order is gold. The path of the four is the path of true maturity. It requires patience, humility, but at the same time, inner strength. The fours don't shout, "Look at me." They say, "Look what I've built." And this is much more important. If you're working on a project without seeing immediate results, don't give up. You may be the four who will build the empire. Remember, wealth is not always millions in the account. This is stability, independence, and confidence. Everything that the four know how to create. And you may not be the center of attention, but you are the center of your life. Your system is working, your path is solid, and you will. The world may not applaud you today, but one day he will say, he was a man you could rely on. Your life is like a foundation. Someone will build a future on it. Someone will be inspired by your stability. Someone will be there simply because you are the anchor. A four is someone who works even when others are resting. Someone who thinks ahead, who does not waste, but creates. Yes, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you want to give up everything. But fours have a special power. They know how to walk when no one else is walking. Quietly, reliable, systematically. This is how real wealth is built, and you're capable of it. You may not be born into a rich family, but you can create a rich family. You may not be the leader of the crowd, but you can be the leader of your path. Everyone is waiting for a miracle, and you create the result. That's why you're going to be the one who says, "I built it myself." Everyone doesn't have to like you. It's enough to be helpful. You don't have to shine. It is enough to shine steadily. Fours do not play short races. They're running a marathon. And they win because they don't lose the race. Your efforts are not in vain. Every day, when you keep going, you're getting closer to your goal. This is your superpower. Don't compare yourself to others. Your path is unique. He may be slow, but he's solid. He may be humble, but he is reliable, and when others get tired, you'll move on because you're a foursome. Builder, the creator, the future millionaire. The number 4 is not about the show. It's about the result. This is not about loud speeches, but about quiet power, a force that cannot be disrespected. You don't have to be a superstar to be successful. It's enough to be a person you can rely on. This is how 4s become. No one will see how many sleepless nights you've spent building your business. No one will know how many times you've wanted to give up. But it's not necessary. The main thing is that you didn't give up. Your finances may not grow fast, but they are growing steadily, and sustainability is the main condition for wealth. Your discipline is a treasure. In a world where everyone wants here and now, you choose the path step by step. And this is the surest way. You invest not only money, but also your soul. You don't just build a business, you create a legacy. And one day it will be appreciated. Even if you don't see the big numbers yet, know that you are forming the basis. The base is always invisible, but it holds everything together. The world loves the show but respects stability. And sooner or later, those who walked slowly will overtake those who ran aimlessly. If you have a to-do list, a budget, and a strategy, you're already richer than half the world because you're building, not dreaming. You know how to manage resources, time, energy, attention. You don't waste them. You invest, and the investments are coming back. 4s can wait. Wait for the efforts to bear fruit. Wait for the chance. And when he shows up, they're ready. They don't jump at every idea. They choose one and make it the best of all. This is their strength. You can be an accountant, mechanic, programmer. Profession is not important. What matters is how you do it. Responsibly, reliable. Like a foursome. You're not looking for the easy way. You choose the right one. And that means you're already different from most people. 4s often seem boring, but in difficult times, they are the ones who go to them for advice, support, and confidence. If you feel down to earth, that's fine. The earth holds everything. Cities are being built on it. Houses are being built. The earth is the sky for the roots. You're not afraid of routine because you know that in repetition, mastery is born, and skill is the key to success. You don't believe in chance. You believe in calculation, in a plan, in effort. You know, a miracle is just a well-prepared moment. You don't always talk, but you always do. And people feel it. They follow you, even if they don't applaud you. You don't argue, you prove it by deed. You're not convincing, you're showing, and it inspires more than words. 4s don't like chaos. They create order, and order is the most powerful weapon in a chaotic world. You can go on for years to achieve your goal, but one day you will achieve it, and no one will be able to take that result away from you. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are the architect of your life, and every effort you make is a brick in the foundation of your success. While others dream of millions, you're paving the way for them. While others throw, you build, and you win. You don't blindly follow trends. You're following your own path, and the path of the 4 is the path of mastery, depth, and true value. You are not a firework. You are a fire in the hearth, not a flash, but a warmth that warms, and that makes you especially valuable. A foursome is a person who supports a team, a family, and a system, not always in plain sight, but always at the core. You don't quit, you keep going. You don't burn out, but you burn steadily. You're not looking for fame, you're creating a result. The world can change, crises can come and go, but you will stay because you're the mainstay, and that's your main strength. You're a foursome, modest, smart, strong, real, and one day you'll understand. You didn't just make money, you have built a stable, strong, and decent life. You might not even realize that the energy of the four lives in you. But if you feel that stability is closer to you than chaos, if you choose the path of effort rather than random luck, know that you belong to those who really make this world stronger. You're not loud, but you're reliable. You're not on the cover, but you're at the heart of success. And your strength is that you don't need recognition to continue. You're just walking, you're building, you create. And one day, it will change everything. If you recognize yourself, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And write in the comments, I am the four. Let's see how many of us are like that. Those who change the world silently but confidently. And if we get 100 likes, I'll release the following video. Number 5. Chance or the power of change? Why exactly the fives become great travelers, seekers, and innovators? Are you ready to discover even more power in yourself? Then I'm waiting for you in the next video. And remember, the real foundation of wealth is not in money, but in character. And you definitely have one.